The race of the week this week takes us to beautiful Belmont Park, 7 furlongs on the turf, and it's the Paradise Creek 100K. Now, some of the key handicapping factors as you start to look at this race, it's got a small field, and a few of the horses are trying turf for the first time, and actually a couple of horses are listed as main track only. Key to the race, the speed figure that we're looking for is the average speed is right about 90. So as we look at through some of the contenders, keep that in mind. It is 7 furlongs on the turf, carded as race 8 at Belmont Park. First horse is going to be a horse trained by James Toner. Enjoy the Show is his name. A Maryland bred who comes in with a 1 for 2 turf record and did pick up a 93 speed figure in his last race. He fits with these horses. He has been off since December 31st. That is one of the things that you do have to consider when taking a look at Enjoy the Show. Next horse up is Nana's Boy, and now this horse is entered for the main track only. So this race is scheduled for the turf, but if it does rain or if they get a lot of rain or expecting rain, they can take it off and run it on the main track at a mile. And so Nana's Boy is ready to run a mile on the dirt. He's got John Velasquez listed, but again, that's only for the main track. Now, he has never ran on the turf. He's only got 5 lifetime starts, got 2 wins. He's actually got some speed, and I would kind of like to see him attempt the turf at some point in the future, as he's got a little bit of a turf influence in Empire Maker. So Nana's Boy, a main track only entrant. Next horse up is Alex Ater. Alex comes in with a 1 for 7 lifetime record. His turf record is 0 for 1. That lone effort was at Tampa Bay, which is a little bit lower class. Finished 16 lengths behind at 28 to 1. Last couple of races has faced some good dirt horses, so he goes back to the turf. Could wake up a little bit in this spot, especially with Joel Rosario. Can't really endorse other than just a couple of factors that he might wake up back on the turf. Cronin and the Barbarian. Now this is a horse that comes in top turf trainer, class of the race. If you notice, he's ran in 3 grade 3s. Palm Beach, the Dania Beach, and the Bourbon. So this guy has also faced A. Campari, a stakes winner, Dubai Sky, who won the Spiral Stakes at Turfway Park, and then last fall, Lawn Ranger, who had good form at that time. So this guy definitely fits. Javier Castellano is riding well, and this horse has won $176,000, 5 for 7 in the money on the turf. Definitely a main contender. St. Louis picked up a win his last race on the maiden special weight on the turf. Goes up in class, picked up a 77 speed figure, and as you noticed, we're looking here for closer to a 90. So on paper, he looks slower. He's going up in class. He does got a good running style, presser just coming off the pace. So you might want to factor him a little bit in your tickets. At least he's got recent form. His win was on April 29th, so they wheel him right back against winners on a couple of weeks. Next horse is another horse entered for main track only. He's got some speed. If you notice, a lot of his races have been at 6 furlongs. He's never ran this far, and he's never ran on the turf. So he is a winner, 3 for 8 wins, 118 grand. But it looks like they're trying to get find some slop or find a smaller field. They entered him. Expect him only to run if it is main track only. Bridget's Big Luffy is interesting. You know, he set the wicked fractions in the Arkansas Derby. American Pharoah came on to win that race. Lost by 18 lengths, but really his race was over at the mile mark. 45-4 and 110-2. Nobody really expected that. If you looked at coming into that race, he'd never set those kind of fractions. He'd never been on the lead except for his maiden race back last August at Saratoga. So kind of ambitiously placed, not a lot of turf breeding. Running style, maybe he'll go back to his running style coming off the pace, but it is a smaller field. A couple of things intrigue about him, but take a long look at him. But overall, I'm not figuring him in the win end. Horse that figures to take a lot of play here, and is my selection is A Lot. This son of Tappet is very consistent. 6 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds. Lost to Diversadero the last time. That was on Kentucky Derby Day. And American Turf a grade 2, so drops a little bit in the class. He got second to Night Prowler, a multiple stakes winner back in the Dania Beach, and he beat Cronin the Barbarian in that race. Class of the race is definitely A Lot and Cronin the Barbarian. I'm going to go with A Lot to win this race. Just figures he's got a little bit more of a tactical running style, but definitely those are the 2 contenders in this Paradise Creek Stakes at 7 furlongs on the beautiful Belmont turf, as long as the weather cooperates. That's a look at your race of the week